Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Wrestling Rants Reviews. Big Mike back again for yet another video, and this video is in response to my good old pal, Bostonfan79. How are you, bud? It's been a few moments since we've spoke. I guess more than a few moments, maybe a few weeks. I know you've been busy, so that's good. Keep on trucking, doing your thing. Hopefully we'll get caught up in a Skype call or something in the future, but this isn't about that right now. This is in response to your video that you just made probably a couple hours ago. Why are some indie wrestling fans, why do they think they're better than the WWE TNA fan? And I got a few pointers here why I think fans think they're better or smarter. I think indie wrestling fans think they're smarter. They're more of the smart mark, opposed to, just WWE knowing what WWE wants you to know kind of thing. So I think the WWE or the indie wrestling fan think they're better or smarter for the next following reasons. They tend to study the product more. They don't keep themselves honed to one direction, only on WWE or TV wrestling, TNA or WCW, whatever it was at the time. And what I mean, they just don't know one area, which is WWE or TV wrestling. They know about Mexican style wrestling. They know about Japan. They know about the British rules. Different things like that. They took it amongst themselves to get more educated, I guess you can say, because they're that much more into it, I guess. So they learn certain things like I mentioned before when I talked about Sin Cara, how in Mexico you wrestle from the right side. In North America and other places you wrestle from the left. When you're getting up from being body slammed, it's always left over right. Just different things. Just indie wrestling fans tend to pick up on those things, and they just think they know that much better because, I don't know, they've studied it, they've learned it. Another point is they do not like just the entertainment side. Where if you look at anybody that watches WWE, if you take away the cool pyro, if you take away their cool entrance musics, the glitz and the glamour, you take that away, you take that entertainment side away, they won't watch it, I think that's why a lot of people don't watch TNA, is because TNA doesn't have the budgeting that WWE does when it comes to production. If they had a little bit better production value, to hone up against WWE, TNA may be better, but they don't. And that's what indie wrestling fans like, the wrestling. They don't care about the entertainment. Well, I can't say they don't care about the entertainment. They just don't put it at the top level. They want to see the stories unfold inside the ring with, more moves, in wrestling. Basically, moving on, WWE TNA fans are being told what to like. This is who you're going to cheer for, and this is who you're going to boo. It's kind of changing now a little bit, but more so they're told what they're going to like, and that's that. And even when they start to get a voice for themselves, the WWE or TNA will still try and make you like what they want you to like. So, moving on, like I kind of touched on it before, too many WWE fans are only in it for the glitz and the glamour. Take the glitz and the glamour away, like I said, the pyro, the cool costumes, the cool music, montages. Take the money out of it. I guess you'd be an independent wrestling, so you'd be forced to like indie wrestling. A lot of people are only stuck on it for that reason. Like I said, just like football. Let's take it for football. You take the NFL and the CFL right now. Sure, the games are a little different, but it's still football. And the only reason why the NFL is so much better is because they got millions of dollars being pushed in by your government, being pushed in by different revenue sources. You guys got the glitz and the glamour. The CFL doesn't. Same. So, WWE and TNA is too repetitive. If you actually look at it, It's always the same people at the top. Always the same sucky people, you know, getting the shot before the good guy, kind of like CM Punk has been stating. This is why so many people are on CM Punk's nuts now. He's speaking the truth. You know, you're letting the wrestler of the company be fucking mid-card or less or fired, but you're letting someone like John Cena, who can't wrestle worth a lick, you know, be champion of your company, the face of your company, because he's entertainment. Bottom line. And I know everybody's going to step up and now be like, well, watch their match this week. It's going to be awesome. CM Punk and Cena, that Money in the Bank, it was amazing. CM Punk made that match. Seriously, I'm not just doing it because I hate Cena. You know, you can suck and still look good if the guy you're in the ring with is that good. And CM Punk is that good. Kurt Angle is that good. Shawn Michaels is that good. People are that good to make people like John Cena look good. You're only as good as your other opponent. You put John Cena in there against Kozlov, shit, it's gonna be a shit match. You know, and Kozlov don't suck. It's just that he doesn't have but Kozlov isn't the type of wrestler like an HBK or an Angle to carry the match to make anybody look good. I kind of touched on this before too. It's interactive. Indie wrestling is more intimate and interactive. Sure, you don't got 20,000 seating. You know, you might have 300 to 500 to 1,000, depending on the venue, depending on the promotion. It's more interactive. You can hang out with the wrestlers afterwards, get to know them, shake their hand, you know, say appreciate it. You see these people grow in your backyard. Well, not your backyard, because I don't like backyard wrestling. But you take these guys that are in your indie promotions. You know, since around here, I know he didn't make it to be like superstar, you know, but take for instance Highlander Robbie. He's actually from here. He's actually from my hometown. Guy's a really, really good wrestler, but they hired him for his gimmick. But where am I going with this? I got to know him. I knew him prior to his signing of the WWE because he wrestled around here on the indies, which he's doing again. And you get to know these guys, and you get to see these guys build and build and build and build and build. And when they make it, it feels like, you know, hey, I know these guys. In some cases you do. You don't know them like they're your best friend, but there's that intimate and interactive level. And then bottom line, the wrestling and indie wrestling is better. Sure, some of these kids shouldn't be doing what they're doing, breaking their necks to try and get over, because there's only so many spots any wrestler can get. You know, say there's 2 spots. There's 1,000 kids in this neighborhood. Well, not this neighborhood, but, you know, in this area that want those 2 spots. So they're killing themselves. You know, they're putting on way better matches. The psychology, everything's that much better because you're basically coming fresh out of wrestling school. If you're smart, you're coming out of wrestling school. And you got the psychology down. You got the, you know, the freshness of the moves, you know, and the innovation and everything else to make yourself look good, because you have to put yourself over to be noticed. So the wrestling is that much better as well. So I think that's why indie wrestling fans shit all over WWE guys or WWE fans, because the wrestling. Now, don't get me wrong. Orton and Christian have had great matches. You know, Punk and Mysterio, Rhodes and Bryan. You know, they've all had good matches. Don't get me wrong. But in a whole, you take all these points that I just said, you know, from indie wrestling guys studying the product. You know, do not just watch wrestling to be entertained, but to watch the sport, to watch the abilities of people wrestling. You know, in a indie wrestling aspect, you're told to like nothing. You like who you like, unlike WWE or TNA. They basically tell you what you should like. You know, the glitz and the glamour is not there, so we're not just hanging out for the cool pyro. And it's not as repetitive because everybody's trying to be innovative in their own person to stand out because they want to move on. Like I said, it's interactive and intimate. If you want to say, use that as a, you know, reason. You know, we put all these together, And those are reasons why people shit on WWE, they shit on TNA, and they shit on the fans. Because the fans that only like WWE don't study the product. They just turn it on, like you said, Boston fan, and they just don't read into it. They just watch it. And there's not a right or a wrong. How someone watches something or takes it is up to them. You know, why do indie guys take it so much to heart? There's no real reason other than the ones that I tried to point out. And why do they even care enough to study the product? I don't know how it comes about. It just comes about. But I don't know if that makes it clearer or more foggier, or gives you more reasons or questions. I'll be here to answer them. Because there's some, that I would stand behind, and there's some that I wouldn't. But I'm just trying to give different avenues to why an indie wrestling fan thinks he's that much better. But anyways, I'm Big Mike. Like I said, hopefully that clears it up, because there's no right or no wrong. Whether you're an indie fan or just a WWE fan or both, there's no wrong. Like what you like it for what you like. Bottom line is you're a fan of wrestling. Hopefully you're a fan of wrestling and not just entertainment. But that's enough out of me. I'm Big Mike, and that's